Hey guys, thank you for joining. Welcome to my masterclass. Today's presentation is about 5 shifts to stop being stuck in a job you hate, zero in on what fulfills you, and make a successful transition into your dream career to thrive at midlife and beyond. I'm Anna Urnova, executive coach and an expert on career transitions. I am going to dive right into the great content I have for you today. You will learn more about me in due course. Who this is for. This masterclass is for any professional man who is feeling stuck, stagnant, and unfulfilled at mid-career. Whether you've been thinking about changing your career path for years or just recently you want to explore something new, either way, this training is for you. Because in the next 45 minutes, I will share how to get crystal clear on what you want and finally find a career that fulfills you, stop suffering and enjoy life again. How to use your experience and skill sets to jumpstart your chosen career so that you don't need to start over, go back to school or get a new degree. How to make transition to your dream career in a proven to work way without wasting time and money on failed relaunches, risking your reputation and having to skip a paycheck. I will also share how my clients prove that midlife is the perfect time for career upgrade, even if you've been stuck for years, never felt truly fulfilled, or not entirely sure what your dream career might look like. How my guys transition out of the jobs they hate and start making a living doing what they love, even if others tell them it can't be done or they've tried it several times before and failed. And how you can do all that while feeling and looking 10 years younger, getting your mojo back, and making a bigger impact in the world. My promise to you that on this masterclass I will share a step-by-step strategy my mid-career clients use to stop being stuck in the jobs they hate, successfully land their dream careers, and feel happy, fulfilled, and joyful again. But before we get into all the good stuff, let me take a moment to check in with you because I need to know where you're at. So, does this sound like you? Are you feeling stressed 24/7, missing the fun guy you used to be and soldiering through your days out of sense of duty and obligation? Are you generating tons of great ideas about making a real impact, but just don't seem to know how to make it happen without failing and losing all you have? Does it terrify you sometimes that no matter what you try, you'll keep finding yourself back in the rut, doing things that no longer inspire and fulfill you? And are you trying to be grateful for having a decent job, only to find yourself dreading another day in the office and thinking there must be more to life than this? Do you often catch yourself feeling trapped, as if living someone else's life, secretly wishing to leave it all and start anew somewhere far, far away? Do you see younger men and women living their dream and making the impact you're wishing for, while you seem to be stuck and on the verge of throwing in the towel? Are there nights where you wake up in panic that you might be running out of time to ever make it big and leave a legacy your kids would respect you for? And do you find yourself numbing your growing sense of dread by working non-stop or binging on food, drink, TV, or else? Are you secretly terrified that you might stay stuck, bored, and unfulfilled for the rest of your life? If any of that stuff sounds like you, then I have good news. None of these things are the real problem. Those are just the symptoms. And the real problem is that you haven't made the right shifts to navigate your mid-career change. I'm going to take you through those 5 shifts in just a second. But before I do, I want you to know that once you make them, you will become crystal clear on what really matters to you at work and learn how to land your dream career in the fastest, shortest, and proven to work way. You will be able to transition out of the job you hate and into your dream career without risking your reputation, going back to school, or skipping a paycheck. You will stop feeling stuck, confused, and paralyzed by indecision. You'll regain your confidence and get back in the driver's seat of your life. You will finally stop stressing over your work 24/7 become fully present for your loved ones, and enjoy life again. And you will be waking up every morning feeling 10 years younger, bursting with energy to expand, reach new heights, and make a bigger impact in the world. Now, let me take a moment to introduce myself so that you know who I am and why the hell you should listen to me. I'm a high performance coach working with business leaders for over 15 years. In the past, I'm also top manager with Fortune 500 companies, and I have a first-hand experience of running my own business. I'm a sought-after expert on transitions, helping clients successfully navigate complex and difficult changes and maximize performance, even if they tried that before and failed. I live in Berlin with my family, and I work globally. I have logged many thousands of hours coaching business leaders for global corporate brands as well as startup owners and entrepreneurs. I've helped hundreds of clients a year to navigate the difficult business and career transitions, coaching and mentoring for the world's top business schools and executive education organizations like the London School of Economics, like INSEAD, like US-based Center for Creative Leadership, and Germany's #1 ESMT Berlin. I'm a published author. My coaching cases won awards and got published in books available on Amazon as we speak and in global periodicals like Harvard Business Review and some others. Now let me tell you how I discovered the 5 shifts. As I worked with hundreds of clients from around the world and observed them for years, and by the way, 80% of my clients happen to be men at around midlife points, so late 30s to mid 50s business leaders and entrepreneurs who are looking to make that big change in the middle of their life and career. And what I noticed is when it came to making positive changes at midlife, there actually were 2 types of men. First type, they seem to choose to use their midlife time to upgrade and reinvent themselves. They went for new impact, new prosperity, they left those programs transformed and they continued to grow. While the other type, they sort of made only incremental changes. They held to what was no longer fulfilling them, they stayed in comfort zone, they usually left quite disappointed and faced stagnation or decline. The difference between those 2 types fascinated me and I studied it closely. And what I discovered that there were actually 5 key things that the type 1 were doing while the other type were missing. And once I made that discovery, as a coach, I proactively used those 5 key shifts to help my clients navigate their midlife transition and upgrade successfully. So the bottom line is there are 5 shifts you need to make at mid-career to transition out of the job you hate and land a new thriving and fulfilling career. And I'm going to take you through all 5 of them one by one on this masterclass right now. First shift you need to make is to get on purpose. Here's the thing. You're stuck in a career that no longer fulfills you and you can't find the solution because you're focusing on solving the wrong problem. The problem is not about the what or the how, as in what you want to be doing next in your career or how to get out of your current job or how to use your skill set to make a living somewhere else. The real question is why. Before you go into any what's or how's, you need to clarify the main reason why you want to be working in the first place. Unfortunately, most men who are stuck at mid-career, they skip this part or get this critical part wrong. You see, there are 3 reasons why we choose to work. First is because we should. You have a sense of duty, obligation, commitment, contract. You need to pay the bills. You need to take care of your family. You need to provide, deliver on your promises, and so on. Fill in the blanks. Second reason is because you can. You know how, you have skills, you have experience, education, diplomas, certification, license, doctorate, whatever. You've always done it. You know how, so you can. And the third reason is because you want to, because you enjoy doing it. It inspires you and really matters to you. And the fact is that men who are stuck and soul-sucking jobs at mid-career make most of their career choices based on should and can. And don't get me wrong, should and can are important. They're important considerations, but only as a means to an end. Of course, you should make a living with your work. And of course, you will always use what you know and can to do that. But neither should or can are the real drivers of your career. And the only driver of your career and the only GPS of your career is your purpose. It's like, let me give you an example. Imagine you want to go on holidays for 2 weeks, but instead of clarifying the purpose of your holiday, so whether you want to have relaxing time on your own, or whether you want to spend time, quality time with your family, or whether you want to explore a new city destination, you'll just jump into your car and you'll just start driving around, and you will start driving around those streets that you know because you've been there before, right? And you'll also start ticking off, errands and things to do off your to-do list because you should get them done. And you spend doing that for 2 weeks, and then you come home. Would you say that experience would have any chance of being a fulfilling, fun holiday experience for you? Of course not, and it even sounds absurd. And yet when it comes to career, that's exactly how career without clear purpose feels and looks like, and that's exactly what gets you stuck in the middle of career when you need to make an important choice. So once again, the only driver and the only real GPS of your career is your purpose. What purpose is? It's your own personal reason for working, your mission to make a unique imprint in this world. It's always about doing something because you want to, and when done correctly, your purpose creates meaning for all your professional activities. It defines things that really matter to you, inspires and motivates you intrinsically. It allows you to share your unique gifts with others. It allows you to be a creator and a driver of your life. It defines your desired impact and legacy, and it connects you to your vitality, so it energizes you. Lots of guys skip this step because they kind of feel the purpose is too general or too existential, why they need to be practical and pragmatic. But the fact is, unfortunately, lack of purpose has very direct and very negative implications on the practical side of your life and career. Because lack of clear purpose makes you pick jobs, projects, clients that make sense maybe on the surface, but they leave you unfulfilled, drained, bored, resentful, sad, all those negative things. You are not tapping into your full potential. As a result, you're missing out on making your own unique imprint in this world. You're always feeling that you're wasting your life on the trivial. You often feel confused about your next career steps and whether or not they're right for you. You end up depending on external validation and comparison to feel good about yourself and your work, and even when you get validated, you still don't feel happy. You also always suffer from low energy, lack of motivation, low drive, or even burnout. At the same time, when you get crystal clear on your real purpose at work, you stop being paralyzed by doubt and indecision. You cut through all those endless what-if scenarios. You stop wasting time generating new options and ideas, and you become 100% focused on what you really want. As a result, you're very effective at finding the shortest route to where you want to be. You feel inspired and you get your mojo back. You enroll the right help and support. And so you feel clear, energized, get in the driver's seat of your life, and you start making progress towards your real goals. Here is how my client Jake described his own experience of getting on purpose. It was like I was wandering in the dark maze, pretty miserable and hopeless. I felt lost. It was dark out, and I wasn't even sure I was looking for the right thing. Getting on purpose was like boom. Lights went on. I could see exactly where I wanted to end up. And after that, it was only a matter of finding the shortest route. A much happier place to be. And now you're ready for your second shift. Claim your gifts. Once you get crystal clear on your purpose, There are only two reasons why you might still be stuck in an unfulfilling career. Either you believe you're not ready yet for that new dream career, your unsuccessful business, your bigger role, impact, or you might be thinking it's too late for you to start over, go back to school, and get on a new career path. Let's look at the first reason. The truth is, you are stuck and procrastinating not because you really need to get ready, but because you are suffering from so-called imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, it's a thought pattern, a persistent feeling of being not good enough. It's actually a false belief that you lack something important to land your dream career right now. And what it's telling you that you need something extra, you need extra training, you need more experience, you need a degree, maybe extra skills, maybe you need to work harder, maybe you need to dress better, maybe you actually need to be like someone else, and so on. It always finds a way and the reason why you're not ready yet and you're not good enough. So it's the false imposter belief, it's the false thinking pattern that actually keeping you stuck and stopping you from enjoying your new career. It's not the actual fact about what your new career really requires of you. Now let's look at the second reason. Those experts who are telling you that mid-career change requires starting over, going back to school, or getting a new degree are simply wrong. The fact is, mid-career is the exact time to capitalize on what you already have. By claiming your gifts, and by your gifts I mean everything that you've accumulated during the first half of your career, your skills, your experiences, the project you worked for, your wins, your failures, your personal experience, everything. By claiming all of that, you can actually jumpstart your new career without having to go back to school, starting over, or getting a new degree. My clients claim over 30 powerful gifts in a matter of weeks and realize they have actually been long ready and they have everything they need for the big change. The truth is, your gifts and claiming them hold the key to your new success. So, you have everything you need and more to get to your dream, and you are ready now. You also have a perfect opportunity right now at mid-career to jumpstart your new career path without starting over, going back to school, or getting a new degree. All you need is to bust your inner imposter. You need to learn how to claim and value what you already have, and you need to learn how to use it to land your dream career right now. And that's it, guys. Here is a story of my client Luke. 49 years old, he spent 20 years working at a large global bank and he had a successful career until he got stuck and had no promotion for 5 years and functioned very much on autopilot. Nevertheless, he was stressed 24/7, he was very busy and yet making no progress. So when we worked together, he got on purpose. So he realized what was really important to him was to make money work for a bigger social impact. He released his imposter syndrome that blocking him from moving on and making him keep proving himself. He claimed over 25 powerful gifts to capitalize on, realized he was long ready to move on, have a bigger leadership role and a bigger social impact. As a result, he opened to explore new, bigger career options, and within 6 months of our first meeting, he accepted an offer to lead a new investment fund with social impact. And thus, he made successful his mid-career change. So now that you've got on purpose and claimed your gifts, the time has come for the third shift, to use the secret weapon. There are a lot of experts out there who teach you that to change your career at midlife, to transition out of the job you hate and land your dream career, you need to make the following steps. You need to do a thorough research up front. You need to run tons of profiling and personality tests to understand what you're good at, what motivates you, and what satisfies you at work. Then you need to check available career options and also figure out whether you can do that and whether it would satisfy you. Then you need to devise a step-by-step strategy. Then you need to assess your skill gaps, and you also need to invest time, energy, and resources into building skills for your new field. You maybe need a new degree or certificate or whatever. Then you need to invest in building your personal brand. And then you need to figure out if maybe you want your own business, and you also need to figure out whether you're up for it. Then you need to come up with that great business idea. You need to define your niche and business model. Possibly you need to design and launch your website. Basically, you need to prepare every step. You need to assess multiple risks. You need to also accumulate contingency funds for all occasions. And then you need to wait and figure out that perfect timing. And once the perfect timing comes, you need to quit your current job project in one go, and you need to step all in into the unknown. And then you need to start over your new career. Let me tell you why, unfortunately, this old way fails. First of all, it's overwhelming. You waste lots of time thinking, strategizing in theory without trying things out. As a result, your ideas and your niche are taken by others, less perfectionist competitors. You invest a lot of effort, energy, everything upfront with absolutely no guarantee of success. You do not capitalize on what you already have. You have no certainty you'd even enjoy your new career or project. You get no early wins to show you're on the right track. Your fears run high and timing is basically working against you. Unfortunately, research and practice show that risk of failure in the cases like this is over 80%. In over 80% of cases, people end up back where they were 12, 18 months later. So when you fail, you go back to zero, losing all the investment, and you also risk your professional reputation and paycheck too. Now, let's look at how mid-career transition works with the use of secret weapon, identity overhaul. First step, you do an identity overhaul. Second, you grow new career on the side. Third, you complete your transition. That's it, 3 simple steps. Let me clarify exactly what I mean by sharing another client case. This is client named Mark. He was 42 years old, CEO of a mid-sized business when he came to see me. He felt stuck, bored, and unfulfilled in corporate jobs for years, and he was dreaming of running his own business also for years. Yet he was stuck trying to figure things out. So things like what's his new business idea, model, brand, how to get clients, how to sell and market. And so instead of moving on, he just kept procrastinating and he didn't take any real actions. He was scared to lose current job, current income, reputation. He was scared to move on without a clear, proven plan and let down his family. He had a wife and 3 kids. So yet at the same time, he was stressed and on the verge of burnout in his current job. During our work together, Mark claimed 33 powerful gifts in a matter of weeks, and it actually went up from initial 5. So he only was trying to use initially 5 main areas of expertise to figure out how to build his career. Now he had 33 powerful gifts to play with. He realized he was long ready to run his own business. He got crystal clear on his purpose, which was to share his knowledge and grow young talent as a business mentor and owner. And then we did an identity overhaul. Here is a simplified graphic representation of how Mark's new identity looked like, the one we created as a result of his identity overhaul. So at the heart, as the driver force and the GPS of his new career was his new purpose, business mentor and owner, sharing knowledge and growing young talent. And then it was supported by all his powerful gifts that included all the skill sets, all the abilities, all the talents that he accumulated during his previous career. And here's how Mark's mid-career transition looked using the identity overhaul secret weapon. Step 1, we did an identity overhaul. So he created a new identity from business manager. He moved to becoming a business mentor and owner. Second step, he started to grow this new identity and new business project on the side. So he was able to start his business project right away without having to quit his job or needing to invest a fortune. He learned new things in parallel to growing his client base, and he was able to grow his new business without needing a perfect plan, without having a great brand, without launching his website or developing a marketing strategy and learning how to sell. As a result, only 18 months later, Mark was able to make a third step and a final step in his transition, completed his transition. He quit the CEO job and he 100% concentrated on growing his own training and mentoring business. And that was the completion of his mid-career change. So let's do a quick recap. So to find a fulfilling career and make a mid-career transition out of the job you hate, you need to first of all get on purpose. Second, claim your gifts. Third shift is to use the secret weapon, identity overhaul. Now let's look at how to make sure your transition is successful. Next shift you need to make is to mobilize new networks. Most people know that networking is an important part of career development, and most people know that leveraging our networks is critical for making a successful mid-career change. But there is a catch. If not mobilized properly, our networks actually could become the biggest force against change. And the common mistake people make is they try to leverage closest, strongest, and most trusted connections while at the same time trying to make a change. And that just doesn't work, because those who know us well in our current career share our current world and thus are less likely to bring in new connections, perspectives, and ideas. They are already invested in our current identities, and so they are likely to resist losing us to this new change we're trying to make. With the best intention of trying to help us, they can actually use our trust to give wrong advice or trigger our fears and anxieties. And they're also most likely to validate current biases that are keeping us stuck. Research and practice of successful career change show that we are more likely to generate feasible opportunities for identity and career change at midlife by making brand new connections or mobilizing those distant, weak, or dormant ties at the periphery of our network. Okay, I'd like to share one more case of my client, John. He was 52 years old, digital marketing consultant. By the time we started working together, he spent over 10 years consulting big corporate clients, and he was not happy. He said they dropped him at a short notice, and they also undervalued his services. He felt he could do much better than that. So he wished to reinvent himself online. But in doing that, he relied too much on current client base, corporate clients. And so when he came to see me, he had 2 failed launches. He lost 3 years of his life trying to make it work and a small fortune. He felt quite bitter and was on the verge of throwing in the towel. During our work together, he realized that his lack of purpose led to this hit and miss approach. And he also realized that actually he was never fulfilled by working with big corporates. He got crystal clear on his purpose, and that was to help solopreneurs like himself get their message out. So he done the identity overhaul and became a digital communicator, helping solopreneurs get their message out. Once John got clear on all that, he had to let go of the idea that current network would help grow his new venture. And that was really difficult because he was really invested, and he's spent over 10 years of his life investing and developing the current networks. And he saw that his current networks as the biggest asset he had. So he had to let go of that. He had to reach out to distant and dormant connections. He had to learn how to attract new clients and cold leads. He had to reach out and join new masterminds of people who already were successful in scaling online businesses to learn how to scale his online project. And another very difficult thing, he had to say no to new corporate offers that were coming his way, and actual paying clients. And so while he was still completing his current contract with the current corporate client, he actively engaged new clients and developed his new venture and networks. And so as a result, in 12 months, when his current contract ended, he had a new peer and client network to lean on, and all he needed to do is scale his new online business, and he could focus on that 100%. The shifts I've given you so far may look simple, but simple does not mean easy. So I would be remiss if I did not tell you about this fifth and very critical shift. Invest in expert help. Do you know the number one reason why smart, driven men waste time, money, and effort failing to change their career at midlife over and over again? It's reluctance to seek help. You see, there is a very dangerous fallacy out there that smart men, true leaders, should be able to figure out things on their own. Well, that's simply not true, because smart men actually choose to invest in expert help because they know the costs of not doing it. So think of all those years living stuck in unfulfilled life. Think of all the growing costs of needing to deal with burnout, physical and mental health issues, and other consequences of unfulfilled life and career. Think of all the relationships at work and in the family suffering as a result. Think of all the time, energy, and money wasted on trial and error. Thinking of risks of burning out completely and losing paying job and not being able to do anything else. Think of having to give up hope to enjoy the rest of your life. That's why smart people trust experts, not because they cannot figure things out eventually, but because they have better things to do with their time. And the time is the most precious resource one absolutely cannot afford to waste at midlife. And let me draw a picture here to clarify what I mean. Here is a simplified graph showing a man's life cycle. It shows years of life versus performance, which is a combination of your energy, impact, and income. So we see here more or less stable growth in the first half of man's life till approximately age of 40, plus minus a couple of years, when many men hit the plateau and start experiencing the symptoms that we've talked about. This transitional period called midlife passage goes for about 10-12 years in one man's life, and naturally, that is if you don't do anything to change it, it ends with a drop-off. This drop-off most men experience around the age of 55 or 60. After that, we are looking at a trajectory of decline. It can be a rapid and sharp fall in performance or a more gradual process, but the point is that we are looking at living half of one's life with suboptimal performance, chronic decline, and regret. However, the good news is it doesn't have to be that way. The passage allows a man to change the trajectory to launch a new trajectory of upgrade. And the new trajectory might look something like that, where new heights are available and a new trajectory is created. These options are available, but to see them and utilize them, one needs to change. Unfortunately, the closer one is to the drop-off point, the more difficult it is to upgrade your trajectory. And after the drop-off point, it's highly problematic, if not impossible, because the forces of gravity just naturally taking over and working very much against it. Thus, what we have here is quite a narrow passage between the moment where you start experiencing the symptoms of stuckness and stagnation and the time of quite a rapid decline into an old age. So what I'm saying, guys, and by the way, I'm not judging. I've wasted myself years trying to figure out things on my own. And that's exactly why I know that you can't bring back lost time and opportunities. And all my clients' number one regret is not investing in experts earlier. So what I'm saying here, don't waste time, money, trying to do it and figure things out on your own. Get the best professional help you can afford and do it right now. Without the right help, you will fail and you will pay a high price. You will lose time, you will lose money, you will lose your chance to enjoy the second half of your life, guys. So today I promise to share with you how to get crystal clear on what you want and finally find a career that fulfills you, stop suffering and enjoy life again. How to use your experiences, skill sets to jumpstart your chosen career so that you don't need to start over, go back to school or get a new degree. And how to make transition to your dream career in a proven to work way without wasting time and money on failed relaunches, risking your reputation or having to skip a paycheck. I also promise to share how my clients prove that midlife is the perfect time for upgrade even if you've been stuck for years, never felt truly fulfilled at work or not entirely sure what your dream career might look like. How my guys transition out of the jobs they hate, start making a living doing what they love even if others tell them it can't be done or they've tried it several times before and failed. And how you can do all that while feeling and looking 10 years younger, getting your mojo back, and making a bigger impact in the world. So what you need to win at mid-career is to make 5 shifts. Get on purpose. Claim your gifts. Use the secret weapon, identity overhaul. Mobilize new networks and invest in expert help. These 5 powerful shifts alone are enough to get you unstuck from the job you hate and land a thriving career at midlife and beyond. And now you have a choice. You can either take all the information I've given you and forget all about it. Continue being busy, doing what you're doing, feeling stuck, unhappy, unfulfilled, facing inevitable decline. Or, if you want to change and land your thriving career right now, here's what I have for you. Me and my team have set aside some time in the next few days to speak to you personally about how you can apply these ideas starting today. Whatever your challenges, I've seen it and I know how to overcome them. I'll get on the phone with you personally for about an hour and help apply the exact 5-shift strategy to your situation. And the cost, it's absolutely free. However, there is a catch. You must be a professional man with at least 15 years of work experience, corporate or entrepreneurial. You must be actively looking to transition out of the job you hate and find a more fulfilling and thriving career path at mid-career. So if that's you, just go ahead and book a free call with me right now. You might be wondering why I'm doing this. It's simple. I am doing this because I want to give back and make an impact. Plus, you might need my help long term. If so, we can discuss. If not, that's totally fine too. Either way, this will be the best 45 minutes you ever spend on yourself and your career, hands down. Here's some of my coaching clients' testimonials, and here is a link for you to book your free call with me right now. It's www.annaurnova.com/apply. Once again, www.annaurnova.com/apply. As there is only one of me, spaces are very limited, so sign up now. And depending on your device, you might see a sign up now button appear on the screen. So feel free to click on that button too. And before you jump off, let me tell you exactly what happens next after you click the button or use the link provided. First, you will be taken to my calendar page to select the time slot convenient for you. Once you book your time with me, you will be asked to fill in a 1-page questionnaire. Please do it. It will only take a minute and it will help me to prepare so that you get the most value on the call. Then, please make sure, once you submit the questionnaire, please make sure you receive the confirmation email and check for your spam folder too, because it will contain the time and date of your call, as well as a Zoom link, very important Zoom link you would need to use to connect to the call. We will use Zoom and audio connection would be enough. So once you get confirmation by email, you are all set to go. Please make sure you show up for your appointment on time so that you have a quiet space to talk and you have a good internet connection. In case it happens sometimes your plans change, please, very important, cancel or reschedule your appointment as soon as possible to allow other people to use the time to talk with me. The link to cancel or reschedule your appointment is also provided on your booking confirmation page. On the call, we will get crystal clear on what's not working in your career right now. Then we'll talk about what it is that you want instead, and then I will tell you exactly how to use the 5-shift strategy to make your own successful mid-career change. I guarantee this will be the best 45 minutes you spend on your career in a long time. I'm really looking forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you for joining me today, and bye for now.